Hey, this is Hammer with the final game of the tournament. So, got to go up against an Empire army. It's actually the old Empire book because the new one had come out too recently. But regardless, it was my first game ever against Empire, and I was kind of curious how my speed would stack up against his shooting. So, in this scenario, one player at the beginning of the game rolled a d6. And on the turn that he rolled, neither player could charge, shoot, or cast magic spells on any unit besides the unit the caster was in, or an enemy unit he was in base contact with. So it was kind of like a lost turn, pretty much, unless you're in close combat. I think the purpose of it was pretty much to make sure the tournament ended on time, but regardless, we rolled turn 2, which was kind of bad for me because I really like turn 2 charges, but at the same time he couldn't shoot me, so hit and miss there. So here's how we deployed. So real quick, my leftmost knight unit is my hero killing both generals unit, and I got my BSB's unit. To the right of my men-at-arms is my level 4, and then my Grail Knights are between my 2 bowman units on the far right. So his deployment, it's got a unit of scouting bowmen, I think they're called huntsmen, a unit of handgunners, 2 units of outriders, a Hailstorm rocket battery, 10 knights, full command, banner of valor. Towards the middle, he's got a steam tank, unit of 25 greatswords, I believe, with his level 4 of metal and his arch selector, which is his general. He's got a great cannon. Towards the right, big unit of swordsmen with a captain BSB, a warrior priest, a detachment of halberds, and a detachment of handgunners. And then on the far right in the woods is a small unit of 10 crossbows. So Empire turn 1 pretty much just moves his battle line forward across the board. On the left here, takes a wound off a peg knight and drops a mounted yeoman. So towards the center, he lands a Hellstorm rocket battery, large template, strength 5, right on my men-at-arms. And yeah, he had 2 of these things, so I was definitely pretty worried about him. I understand the new ones are 3 separate strength 3 templates, but man, that big pie strength 5 was pretty scary. So I definitely took those men-at-arms down a notch. So over here, picks off a couple yeomen, but they passed their panic test, thankfully. And this is just showing my Grail Knights. I'm just missing my banner there because it fell over, so I had to glue it during the game. But yeah, really, Empire turn 1, he moves up, shoots me a little. I dispel all his magic, and that's about it. So that was the only picture I have of Brett turn 2, but I charge. This was my only charge. My peg knights against these bowmen. And they actually take down a peg knight and hold in combat, unfortunately. But really everywhere else on the board, just move my battle line up. My shooting is pretty ineffective for the most part, and yeah, not much happens. So going to Empire turn 2, kind of rearranges his guys here on the left, as you can see him. Towards the center, so turn 2, this is the turn he can't charge, shoot me, or cast magic. So it's kind of an advantage for him because on his turn 2, he can just march up his full move right on in my face. And on my turn 2, I can't charge him, which means on his turn 3, he can easily get the charge. So in that way, it's pretty advantageous for him. But I didn't play it really safe and back up or anything because really, I'm not that worried about his units coming at me. For one, his steam tank's headed towards my hero killing bow general. I got my men-at-arms to tie up his great swords. His strength 3 swordsman there coming at my anvil prophetess, and his halberds coming against my Grail Knights. So in all those matchups, I feel I can either hold or win the combat. I mean, it's not like I'm getting charged by Mournfangs, so I didn't feel it was that important to really be safe and hang back on my turn 1. And Also, I kind of want to get into combat with him. I kind of want him to charge me because I don't want to have to deal with his rocket batteries and cannons and handgunners and all that stuff. So that's kind of what I was thinking there. So on Empire Turn 2, the only combat that we fought was my Peg Knights against his bowmen. My Peg Knights beat him, I ran him down, and ran right into his other unit of Outriders. So on Brett Turn 2, the only combat to fight was Pegs against his Outriders, and we won and reformed, as you can see. So this is a picture showing pretty much the end of Brett Turn 2 / beginning of Empire Turn 3. So Brett Turn 2 just kind of moved up my battle line and redirected these knights and marched my peasants in the face of his great swords. So this is Empire Turn 3. He charged my heroic killing blow general with his steam tank, which I was pretty excited about. I'd always said, if I ever face an Empire army, my main objective is to heroic killing blow the steam tank, and I'm about to get my chance. So, men-at-arms are ambling up those great swords. Feel pretty good about that they can stick around for a couple rounds of combat and buy me the time I need. So here's a view on the right. Yeah, level 4's unit gets charged, Grail Knights get charged. Not concerned with either of those. So I believe this is showing after close combat with the steam tank. Lose 4 knights but fail to get heroic killing blow this combat, unfortunately. My men-at-arms stick around and take, I think, 1 wound off his level 4. So pretty confident I can take him down and get a nice chunk of points. And after combat on the right, yeah, it takes down 2 Grail Knights with his halberds, unfortunately, but we all stick around. So going to Brett Turn 3, the only thing really left to do on this turn is fight the combats we were in. So Grail Knights easily beat the halberds, but rolled terribly and failed to run them down. Towards the center, level 4's units ambling up against those swordsmen pretty nicely, so happy about that. Men-at-arms are hanging on against the great swords. Actually had 2 wounds on his level 4 after this combat. However, he combat reformed and moved his level 4 out of base contact. So I couldn't kill him the next round. And I thought that was illegal, because I thought you couldn't move anyone out of base contact that was in base contact unless you're just rearranging rank and file in a reform. If it is legal, let me know, but yeah, I wasn't really paying attention at this point, so I didn't question it. I was just having a good time. So, close combat on the left with my general.
Monster kill!
Oh yeah! So my general leads by example once again and makes my dreams come true of killing a steam tank. So definitely earning more glory in the tournament. So also over here at the kind of top left of the board, my Peg Knights had charged a rocket battery and took it down easily. So they now have 3 kills under their belt, and they're cleaning it up pretty nicely. So on Empire Turn 4, he gets this charge with his knights. So yeah, first I'll go into what my thinking was on how to deal with these knights. So first of all, thought I had to redirect with my mounted yeoman. So I figured either he's going to back up, in which case my general's unit will charge him, or he's going to charge my mounted yeoman, in which case my BSB's unit will have an easy charge on him. However, he got by my redirector, and there's 2 reasons for that. A, on his turn 3 when he shot at him, he had told me that I had to remove models from the outside, meaning he took models from both sides of that unit. However, I thought I got to choose which side of the yeoman unit I removed models. So Normally I would have taken the models from the top and left the one at the bottom, so I'd still be redirecting them. But, again, it was late, and I just didn't feel like arguing. But B, the second reason was, on my turn 3, I forgot to rearrange the yeoman to make sure I was still redirecting them. So, yeah. He got the charge, and now I'm putting my theory of my unit's ability to take charges to the test. So here's kind of an overview of the board on Empire turn 3. Sorry, Empire turn 4. So he lands, I think he shoots my trev with his cannon and kills it. See, over here he gets a big template Hellstorm on my Grail Knights. I think I only lose 1 or 2 of them. Just another view of this combat. And so here I managed to hold. He kills 3 knights. My general kills 1 of his. But I'm leader Sep 10, and my BSB is nearby for the reroll, so I was able to stay, thankfully. I guess I must have been on a 7 rerollable, and I made it. So Brett turn 4. Charged the detachment of halberds with my Grail Knights. Easily take him down. Towards the center, my men-at-arms are still hanging on against these great swords. Yeah, worth every point for doing that. If that level 4 was still in base contact, I'm sure I would have killed him. And yeah, that right there would have earned their points back. So unfortunately over here, my level 4's unit fails their stubborn 8. Moved my BSB too far away, so didn't have that reroll to rely on. Luckily they got away with Swift Stride. See, we didn't remove the banner here, but we remembered it at the end of the game when we were calculating victory points. So, next question is, can my general earn any more glory in this tournament?
Triple kill!
The answer is a resounding yes. So, my general gets his first ever triple heroic killing blow and lops off 3 knights. So, oh man, this guy's a total badass in this tournament. So, let's see, that's a Dark Elf General, a Hydra, a Steam Tank, and 3 knights that he's heroic killing blowed. So, man, couldn't be more happy with this guy. Must be the new model I gave him. Made him perform. So the knights roll double ones to stay, but hey, gotta love triple heroic killing blow anyways. So, the center, his swordsman charged my fleeing prophetess unit and almost catch him, and I almost run off the board, so catch a big break there. So in the center, his greatswords finally beat and run down my men-at-arms after getting embarrassed by him all game. But they served their purpose, kept those greatswords off my knights, so they will be buried with honor. So in the combat with his knights, I clip his unit with my BSB's unit, bringing a bunch of combat rest to that fight, but didn't need it. We finished him off to a man with my general on BSB. You can still see him in the picture, but no, I actually killed him to a man. So, also in this picture, my Peg Knights get into this Great Cannon for yet another kill. And I failed to mention that on my turn 4, they charged and killed the second unit of Outriders. So, these 2 Peg Knights killed a unit of Scouting Bowmen, 2 units of Outriders, a Hellstorm Rocket Battery, and a Great Cannon. So, yeah, all those units are perfectly designed for Peg Knights. War Machine hunting, light skirmishing units, no one does it better than Peg Knights, so I definitely got my full use out of them this game. But we only got to turn 5, so this was the last event of the game, and I ended up with a fairly solid victory, so I was happy to end with a win after the disasters in my first 2 games. So I was glad to get a game in against the old Empire before it's gone forever. Yeah, probably not representative of how this match has gone for other people. Mainly because of that turn 2 rule where I didn't get to charge and he didn't get to shoot, but Still, I was glad to play against the old Empire. So one thing I wanted to take away from this game is um, matchups. So I was pleased with every single matchup I had on the board. My pegs against his light units and his war machines, general's unit against his knights and his steam tank, men-at-arms ambling his great swords, prophetess knights ambling his strength 3 swordsmen, and grail knights taking out his detachment. So very pleased with every single matchup. It goes to show, even if you get charged, if you have the matchups you want, you could come out on top. So uh, definitely the deployment phase was important in this one. So yeah, I was happy with that, how that turned out, and overall a good game to end the tournament with. Another friendly opponent, and had a lot of fun. So I didn't do too well in the tournament. Probably bottom 4th or something like that, which is not too surprising given my first 2 games, but a couple positives came out of the tournament. So one, I got, second highest in sportsmanship, which I was surprised and happy with. You know, I'm glad people don't think I'm too big of an asshole when I get heroic killing blow. But another one was the painting category. I actually survived. I thought I would get murdered compared to the armies that were there, but you know, I got a score that wasn't great, but wasn't terrible either. You know, it was good enough where, you know, if I had gotten all the battle points that I could have won the tournament. So, hey, you know, I was happy with my painting score in the tournament. So another positive, of course, is just enjoying the atmosphere overall. You know, love talking to other wargamers, talking about the strategy, the units, the games, and seeing other battles go around next to me was just a great experience. So, you know, just positive experience overall. Really enjoyed it. Couple lessons for going to a tournament itself. So one, magnetized bases. Yeah, wasted so much time, you know, fumbling around with models falling over and you know, putting models back together for the next game that, you know, with the limited time, it just wasted too much. So recently I've magnetized, and man, I'm loving it. Never going back. So got to save as much time as you can, because, you know, this one was 3K games in a day, and man, 3K games don't go by too quick. So you really are limited on time. And so another time saver is bring your own food. You know, bring something to drink. You know, bring something, some kind of snack that you can eat for your lunch. Just waste too much time to go around and, you know, go to a restaurant or whatever, because, you know, another regret I had is that I didn't get to see the rest of the event. You know, there are a lot of vendors, a lot of you know, a lot of interesting things to see that I wanted to see, but I just ran out of time for, because I had to go to the next game, because I took too dang long cleaning up all my stuff or looking for food. So definitely would recommend that. So another good thing I took away from this tournament is the scoring system. Really like the scoring system. So the way they did it was, I think maybe it's pretty common in tournaments, but they every 150 points difference between the two players was assigned a value of 1 through 20. So, you know, if we tied, we each get a 10. If I get absolutely crushed, I get a 0, he gets a 20. Really like that system, because it motivates you to fight till the end. So, you know, normal rule book is what? You know, win by 100 points, get a minor victory, win by double, get a major, or something like that. But this really breaks it down and gives you a true picture of how good a victory or how bad a loss you had, and actually motivates you to keep fighting till the end, because getting a loss that's, you know, not as bad as just giving up, you know, makes a big difference over the course of a tournament. So really like that system, and hope to bring it to my local gaming group if I can. But anyways, that was Adepticon 2012, my first ever gaming tournament that I got murdered at. But enjoyed greatly. So I'll plan on going back next year if I am able. And yeah, I'll look for a couple other 3K tournaments. Love 3K. That's my go-to. But hope you guys enjoyed the games, and coming up sometime when I have time. Recently played against the new Empire, so post that when I can. Anyways, hope you enjoyed.